Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team pick.
Invoker.
Dire team pick. Luna.
Chen.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to StarLadder Season 9 Europe. It's time for Cloud9 GG versus Team Aware. As you can hear, the draft is underway. We're about 2 picks in for each team, so we're going to hop right into it without any further ado. I am LD of Beyond the Summit, and I have the honor of being joined here today by Mr. Chris, aka Hippie Casting. Hey, how you doing, Hippie?
Remaining.
Doing great, man. Happy to be here. I always love helping out with you guys. I think I've only done it with Andrew before. Me and him, of course, have a lot of history, but happy to help out today, man.
Yeah, you guys also, I liked that comment where someone was like, so if I had to guess which one's Ioria, which one's Hippie, based on appearance, yeah.
Oh, I loved that picture. So it's one of my favorite things.
Are there some older pictures of you with the long hair by any chance?
Yeah. I never had the dreads, but I did have much longer hair. Once I finally got rid of it, I think I like it a lot better now.
5 seconds remaining.
Well,
gotta get Andrew to do the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So, well, before we hop too far into the draft, this is Cloud9 versus Aware. Aware is pretty much at the bottom of the heap at this point. 2-8, very unlikely. I think almost impossible for them to advance. Probably is mathematically impossible or very close. Cloud9 5-2, one of the favorites to make it to Kiev, so it's an important match here for both teams. Cloud9 on the Dire side, Aware on the Radiant. And, well, Aware, they'll go first overall pick Invoker. They leave in just like the standard, I guess, what Cloud9 normally gets when their core heroes are banned out. We normally see like Visage banned against this team quite a bit. Actually, this game was Ember and Naga. Not something, I mean, the Ember Sing Sing plays a lot, but a little surprised about the Naga ban. But that leaves Luna and Chen in the pool, which Cloud9, Ii-sama happily snaps up the Luna, the Chen. Well, rather, Cloud9 does, and Aware will go Batrider here. So they love to run this Luna-Chen combo. It's good at pushing, good at farming. It goes very late. They're on the Dire side. They can Roche. Now they've got more auras, they've got Avenge, so it's like just formulaic Cloud9 taking care of business here so far.
Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary. I, too, am a little weirded out by the Naga ban. I would have, if I was probably drafting against C9, I'd be thinking more about a Mirana ban if I was looking for something targeted, because Sing Sing Mirana, of course, vicious, as we all know. But yeah, the Luna-Chen Venge combo, man, so much early game tower pushing potential, so much great late game with the double auras, as you mentioned, and just can get absolutely vicious, especially once Luna gets up the Manta style and is just putting out all that illusion damage, all the bouncing glaives. Ugh, it's terror.
Indeed. I am actually just going through the recent drafts here to see if they've been
Reserve
running Naga, because I know Envy was like massing Naga games like Arteezy on his stream, but I can't remember ever having seen. I'm sure he's played it at some point competitive, but I've gone back 5 games now. I'll keep on going back as the draft progresses, and I just don't see any Naga games. So even as support, they haven't been running it. So Fnatic ran it against them. I'm back like 10 games already, and yeah, I don't know. I think that Naga ban's a little odd. Maybe Aware just doesn't like playing against it, but or maybe there's a game today that I missed while I was sleeping where they ran Naga. But as for Aware, they did go 2 cores in the first stage, and in spite of that, Cloud9 doesn't ban any supports. They choose to ban, I guess, the tri-cores here. So probably what would be the 1 position hero. The Lifestealer, the Doom get banned out, and Lifestealer, very good matchup versus Luna 1v1. We've seen that before. Until Luna gets the big items, the Manta, potentially the Butterfly as well. And Doom, very strong against 1 core draft, so maybe Cloud9... I mean, normally they run Sing Sing on something of a semi-carry, but... I'm not sure about these bans, honestly. They're like... It's like, I guess, standard what CIS teams like to run kind of bans.
Yeah, I can see getting rid of the Lifestealer, because he can really... If you're using a Luna, kind of... Obviously, he usually spends a little bit more time farming on the Luna. He likes to go for kind of the Midas, Domhelm, Yasha heavy farming build a lot of the time. But if they were trying to engage early, which obviously there's the potential for it with Chen and Venge already, a lot of Luna's damage, of course, is neutered in the early game just by the Lifestealer rage. So he can get out a lot of his, you know, if he just has an armlet, when these fights start breaking out, he'd be able to put out a lot of damage into the supports without Luna being able to do too much to stop him. So I like the Lifestealer ban. And of course, you can always, if he gets a Midas, with Midas and Infest, you can pop 2 out of 3 Chen creeps, really neuter that hero as well. So, well, I kind of agree the Doom ban might be a little awkward. The Lifestealer I like.
So I went back 15 games and I did find a Naga game. It's AUI 2000 played it as support. This was on the 18th, which is like almost, it's like not even 10 days ago, but they've played like 15 games since then. So,
yeah.
By the way, I think I fixed the issues with Hippie's audio being a bit too loud, guys. Sorry about that. It seems the audio is resetting in Windows, but should be fixed now. So yeah, Bounty Hunter, the choice from Aware here. This is a hero that will not do much against the push. It's a good hero just to find these pickoffs, and it looks like Aware is kind of focusing on his track kills at this point. They'll go for just Sunstrike pickoffs, Lasso pickoffs, but if Cloud9 Deathball in the mid game, I'm a little worried about Aware's ability to take that.
How do they lane this, do you think? Do you think it just goes to be a hard jungle Batrider and maybe the Bounty Hunter harasses the Chen?
Yeah, I guess the other option... Yeah, the other option, I guess, is they can run like an Invoker safe lane. You can just go Zorp build, maybe Bat gets the mid lane and Bounty Hunter goes top, but it's a little curious. And I think one of the issues I see is if they're running an offlane Bounty, that hero does nothing against the push. So whenever Cloud9 want to take the tier 1, or maybe even the tier 2, they're going to take it. Like, Bounty Hunter can't stop that. Batrider's a little better in that situation, but, I mean, where do you lane the Bounty Hunter then? The other thing that they could be thinking, actually, Chris, is to run, like, the 4-position counter-jungling Bounty Hunter. So maybe they'll just have the Bounty following the Chen around and trying to slow down his jungle. And I think that's more likely because, like you're saying, the lanes are going to be weird otherwise.
Yeah, I think that's really their only option. I mean, as you're saying, the safe lane Invoker could kind of happen, but then it becomes really gimmicky, and if you don't win very, very quickly, that Luna Venge Mirana is just going to crush you in the late game.
Oh, Ranger. So they're worried about a mass R stack here. How would they... I mean, where would they have put the Drow? I don't know. These bans seem a little odd.
I don't know.
Like, if they ran Drow, that would be good for Aware, because that's just way greedy, even for Cloud9. They'll go for what's much more standard here. The Bone 7 offlane puck. They'll run the Mirana mid for Sing Sing. So Cloud9's draft, completely standard Cloud9. And as for Aware, I'm just interested to see if this Bounty Hunter works. Because at this point, I feel like he's got to be counter jungle, but if anyone should be prepared for that, it is AUI. He plays a lot of Chen.
Yeah, and just on top of that, if you're worried about AUI's Chen and you're already thinking about warding the jungle, countering the jungle in any way, shape, or form, you know he's gonna have sentries ready to go to just deal with counter wards in the first place, so the Bounty might not even be able to harass him that well. Because I can't see this Bounty Hunter getting that much done. I'm worried about it for Aware. I think that might be the big misstep of the draft phase.
And let's see. Okay, it looks like our overlays are fixed. Sorry about that. I'm having problems, malfunctions here today, Chris. Sorry about that. But
oh god, we've been there, man.
Yeah. It goes Shadow Feet now. So yeah, it's got to be like a support counter jungling Bounty Hunter, or like the other option you mentioned, is they go ultra greed mode and run just a pure jungle bat, off-lane bounty, solo mid, Shadow Fiend, I guess, and an Exhort Invoker with Disruptor safe lane.
I think
And
that's
that might be the choice. Cloud9 does like to play a bit greedy, but
10
I could see
seconds
Cloud9 if
remaining.
they run off-lane bounty, just taking 2 towers around like the 5-6 minute mark.
5 seconds.
Yeah, not just that,
remaining.
but I mean, the Shadow Fiend is so gankable, the Invoker is so gankable, the Disruptor only does a little bit to protect you against ganks, and even then, I mean, he has issues depending on what skill build he goes. If he goes for more glimpse-focused skill build, he's kind of unable to put out any counter damage in these ganks, and you have the possibility for some really early rotations with both the Venge and the Mirana. As soon as Sing Sing has a little bit of farm, the Venge gets a couple levels in the stun. I think almost everyone just becomes food, unless you've got some level of farm or defense going on. I'm really, really afraid for Aware right here. I'm not gonna lie.
Look at Aui's Chen, by the way. Are you seeing this in the fountain?
Oh god. It's happening
Look
with
at
the Luna too.
Zebra Chen. Leaping zebras. Okay, well, we'll introduce our teams now, Chris. This is Cloud9 versus Aware. A big game for Cloud9, who look to stay on top and towards the top of the group. They need to finish top 4 to go to Kiev. 5-2 so far, and for Aware, 2-8. Pretty much done at this point. Just trying to get some wins and hopefully avoid the relegation matches. So, we'll start with Cloud9. We've got Sing Sing as your solo mid Mirana. He's been pulled heavily. Or actually, no, hasn't been pulled. Just hasn't bought any regen. He's gone straight Wraith Bands. I imagine he'll get pulled here, but we've got General of the Heavens, Uki, or Eternal Envy, on the Luna. AUI 2000, his signature Chen, heading bottom for Nous. And that does leave Pylai Dyer support Venge, and then into the offlane should go the puck being handled by Bone 7.
Yep, and over on the side of Aware, it's going to be Stress playing the Bounty Hunter. Going to have Redger handling the Disruptor. The Invoker played by Lolik O. Looks like YMH on our Shadow Fiend, and Zako going to be playing our offlane Bat Rider.
30
So it's
seconds
not going to
to
be that greedy jungle bat, or maybe so. No, he's going boots first. He's definitely going to stay in the offlane.
Yeah, so it should be like just the counter jungling bounty, and this has
Yeah.
had mixed results in the past, but look at AUI. He's already prepared for the counter jungle bounty. He's dropped a sentry in his own woods, and he will not let the bounty just like sneak in and block a camp for free. So, yeah. If you're prepared for counter jungling bounty, it can be annoying, but I feel like it's not obviously
The
worth
battle
it. And it
begins.
can often, you go to the mid game, this hero has no counter push. He's not useful until he gets track. Will stress find the levels. That's going to be the one thing they can do is they could rotate Bat into the woods a bit later on and then give Bounty the off lane, but, well, for the laning stage, he may struggle here. Now he's going bottom. Are they just dual laning bottom? What is this, Dota? I'm so confused. They're completely
just
swapping
lost.
their
You
lanes
are?
now. Now Bat's going back top. The Shadow Fiend and the Disruptor are going bottom. The creeps are already going to hit the lane before this even happens. They've missed their block bottom lane as well, so this will be easy experience for Bone 7. Yeah, Aware are not very aware of this game.
And it looks like the Shadow Fiend's rotating bottom with the Bat Rider. What is this Bat Rider even doing? That's what's confusing me the most, man. Like, the Bounty Hunter, it's an awkward pick, but you can kind of lane it somewhere. But Bat Rider, Shadow Fiend sitting in the same lane right now? He's falling back in the jungle to stack, I guess.
Yeah,
This
so
is
I
so
guess
weird.
they'll just go woods in the end, and they'll do what we thought the lanes would. The one of the two options, which was just the off-lane bounty and the jungle bat. But they'll get a stack off here, so not too bad. No golems yet. The RNG is strong with this one, but his small camp is blocked, unfortunately, so not the biggest deal for Bat, but more for the support Disruptor, who might struggle for levels.
So maybe if Cloud9 does play their kind of traditional greedy style, I think you were right that this could actually work for Aware a little bit in the mid game if they're able to get a little bit of farm before the aggression from Cloud9 comes out. But I mean, obviously Bone 7's going to get some pretty solid levels out of this bottom lane. They don't have a particularly good way to zone him out between the Disruptor and the Shadow Fiend. And Sing Sing, if he gets good levels against this Invoker, and we all know Sing Sing's Mirana is very, very solid, I'm really worried for the rotations that could just come in very, very early. As soon as, I mean, the top tower is going to go down super easily to that Chen. Sing Sing's Mirana will be able to rotate, I think, pretty early with that gold boost. And so what do they do when the rotations start coming in?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm worried about, is not even the hero kills from Cloud9, just their pushing power. Like, how does Aware actually stop a push? Shadow Fiend, it's very risky to get in close to stop the push. Maybe you can use the C-Rays, just the long range rays. They have okay initiation with Bat Rider, but their creep clearing ability is quite lacking. Invoker's going Exhort build, so maybe the Meteor comes out around like 10 minutes or so, but if he just rushes the 2 Forge Spirits like you expect, then, I mean, he's not going to have a point in Wex for quite some time. So, yeah, I think Cloud9 should be able to easily take the tier 1 top. maybe force the tier 1 mid, and if Aware don't have their level 6, like if they don't have the Bat Blink, the Bounty level 6, probably Disruptor level 6, I don't see them stopping that push. And then once the towers are down, they go Roach, and then Envy free farm, so... I think a lot of Aware's game just comes down to the Bat. Does he get an early Blink? Because who else is going to initiate for this team? Bounty Hunter can't initiate. Disruptor can only counter-initiate if they overextend, or if you just catch them out of position. It's all about the Bat to me. So far, he's off to an okay start, but he's only got the 1 medium camp stack thus far.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he'll want to just get himself accelerated a little bit faster. I think their best chance is if Envy plays too greedy. And he's known to do that from time to time. I mean, sometimes he'll think, okay, I'm having a really good start. Well, I can go a little bit harder. I can farm a little bit harder. I can secure this late game a little bit better. And if Envy doesn't, you know, kind of rotate a little bit, play a little bit more aggressive, I think Aware could hit a decent timing if they aren't able to take down all these towers nice and quick and put a good amount of pressure on the Batrider and the Shadow Fiend and slow them down. But, I mean, again, that kind of relies on one team playing badly, and... You know, one of my main philosophies is never ever rely on your opponents being dumb or bad when you're trying to make a decision. So it's
Unless
very
you're
awkward.
Pubbing. If you're pubbing, always at least assume your teammates are dumb and bad.
Yeah, you rely on your teammates being dumb and bad. You always assume your opponents are better.
It looks like we're having some connection issues here from the Disruptor, but yeah, I mean, you really see what a big deal missing that block is as well. For we're not getting the creep block. Bone 7 is just comfortably like at the river. He's already got a point phase shift. You can't phase shift Glimpse, but it's still going to be hard to kill the Puck. As long as he just reserves the orb, throws the orb, like, as he gets glimpsed, and then waits for the glimpse to kick in, he can just phase shift out. So, this lane killing a Puck, it's going to be very difficult, I feel.
Yeah, anytime you don't have really good lockdown to pick off a Puck is always a frustrating endeavor, and even then, I mean, he's just such an evasive and frustrating hero to deal with. But he's going to get perfectly good experience down here, and that's another thing that, I mean, I kind of vaguely touched on it when we were talking about the early and mid-game potential of Cloud9. If you're not able to shut down this Puck, if he gets, you know, about as much experience as he would get in a mid lane, because you can't really force him out, that's really, really dangerous and a really big addition to Cloud9's kind of mid-game initiation, counter-initiation potential. Even if your Batrider gets an early Blink Dagger, I mean, if Puck is already 6, just drops the Dream Coil so he can't actually pull anyone anywhere. You know, if Puck gets a quick blink, is able to blink in and silence, or just get the counter-initiation when Bat goes in, what do you do against that if you're Aware?
Yeah, the Bat's their only initiation. That's kind of my big concern. Yeah. And he won't be doing anything until he gets Blink, which Cloud9 could look to punish. Just take early towers, then you've got the gold advance. Then when he does go in, can they actually burst him? Or can he actually burst? Can they burst the lassoed hero? Well, that's a lot of theory crafting. I'm just looking at this glowing bounty hunter for now in the river. He's like, and he's got like this grizzled veteran beard or something. This is pretty badass. Look at this.
Yeah, I think it goes with the eye patch sort of thing he's got on. It's actually pretty cool.
He looks like a Skyrim character, it's almost, I want to say.
Like a Nord?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
A really short Nord, but the Nords are the tall ones, right?
Yeah, the Nords are the big Viking guys.
Yeah. Well, Hippie, how you been, man? Haven't actually cast with you before, so.
No, it's a fresh experience. It's good, actually. I'm doing kind of okay for myself, which is nice to be able to say.
Kind of okay for myself.
Well, I have a fresh new job. I'm making somewhat more money. It'll be nice. Obviously, it's gonna leave me a little less time to cast Dota, which has been my greatest joy over the past few weeks. I've been able to cast almost non-stop with various people, but it's good to be able to actually pay bills and stuff as opposed to just enjoy Dota. Makes the Dota more enjoyable when you're not worrying about, oh God, can I feed myself?
Wait, there's always ramen. That's what Merlini's been eating. He just like shovels ramen into his face.
And here I thought he was health conscious, man. I knew he like went to the gym and stuff, but no, just shovels ramen down. All right.
Yeah, that's like a standard Merlini snack. It's just ramen. It's like 2-3 packets of ramen. He's still a college student at heart, I guess. But
sounds about right. Yeah.
So, guys, if you're just joining us, it's Aware versus Cloud9, and we have a long pause here while we wait for our Disruptor. Oh, fantasy points there. I didn't realize they were. Roger on the Disruptor is still disconnected, so... Yep, Cloud9, 5-2. We've got Aware, 2-8. We'll show the standings here for anyone who's bored, wants to see how things are progressing. Wow, Alliance? Are they really 10? No, they haven't played. Have they really played 13 games? What? Doesn't seem right. I gotta double check this on their website. It's telling me that Alliance has played 13 games and have 30 points already, which seems a little high, but
That's pretty intense, yeah.
a lot of these other teams have only played like 8 or 9.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's StarLadder. I remember, you know,
Okay, I
they
guess
always
that's
have
right.
some
They
kind
have
of
played a lot.
Yeah, it was because the scheduling. I think it is they take into account somewhat what the teams are doing otherwise, etc. And then with wildcards and stuff, if somebody has dropped a couple of matches already, using their wildcards up, then yeah, they could have pushed a couple games back. I remember it was like that when I did the whole season with Zyori a couple seasons ago. We were kind of weirded out by that as well. How some teams would have like 10 games played, and then there'd be some with only 5, just because quirks of StarLadder scheduling. But it works. And StarLadder, I think, actually does one of the best jobs of scheduling things and keeping things going on schedule of all the various Dota leagues. So props to them.
Yeah, if they used one of the things as we're scheduling the Summit Europe is we're just thinking about if StarLadder used any kind of bracket format. Because the way brackets work is, like, each match is contingent on the ones before it, right? Like, you can't play the winner bracket finals if you don't know who's in the winner bracket. With round robin, you can just play any match, whatever. So you just reschedule them. It's pretty easy. But if StarLadder ran any kind of bracket-based or, like, elimination-based format, it would be such a goddamn nightmare for them to schedule. So I think that's the big reason why we see them stick with round robin. It does have its downsides as a format, like... You'll see like the 12 and 2 team play the 1 and 13 team, and it's like, this match doesn't matter, but overall, I think it's necessary. The scheduling in Europe is just a mess nowadays.
Well, there's just so much Dota to be played. It's absolutely crazy. If I go check any schedule for any given day, I'm like, well, I can follow maybe a third of what's going on today. The rest of that time has to be spent sleeping.
Are you reading this chat?
Yeah, it's pretty great. Right now I'm imagining Envy singing like anime music over Mike and Owie not being able to mute him. Like that's what I think is happening. You're such a troll.
I honestly did. I actually thought it was. I thought it was Envy. Nick.
Poor Bob.
I'm hoping it is Steven that joins Liquid. Honestly, that would just be fun. I feel like they just need like a big personality, like some flair.
Yeah. That
team needs a little flair.
I think it would fit in nicely. I mean, I know Demon is standing in today, but I'm not so sure my money is on Demon actually joining. I think he's just, a reasonable quality mercenary you can pull in at any time, because he's mostly just doing Dota with his life right now.
The best part is he can get them all on leg stay, man. He's got the Cellucor sponsorship he can bring to the table. If Liquid's a little hard up for money nowadays, which I don't know, but clearly they're not going hard like EG, so get a little Cellucor in your life, boost up the Liquid finances a bit, and get them all on the Demon workout plan. I'm down for that.
Man, never skip
You're not feeling it.
No, I actually think it's pretty great.
That silence spoke volumes.
Dude, I use push to talk, dude. Saves me a lot of effort, and makes sure that if my cats happen to howl for some reason or another, you're not hearing it.
Apparently Envy won a pub game with Naga last night, so that is the theory on why the Naga got banned. But they already picked
pub games,
Luna.
man.
Like I've never seen them run 2 heroes like that.
Well, they banned the Naga. They banned the Naga first phase, so before the Luna actually came out. But like, if you're gonna go for a traditional Envy hero, man, I don't think you can go anywhere but Luna. I mean, that's literally Cloud9's most picked hero. If I look up their Dat Dota, it's one more pick over Mirana.
Yeah, there's also the Blinks, I guess, which is kind of a signature hero because of the stage where he used it successfully at MLG, but yeah, in general, it's been the Luna has been his go-to.
Well, she's so solid and stable as a pick in general, and then the fact that Envy kind of specializes in her makes her an excellent pick for Cloud9. I mean, it's not like if you were to say to me, what do you think is the staple carry of 6.8, I would say Luna. I don't think anyone sees quite as much consistent play and success as she does in the 1 role.
I hate that hero. She's boring.
Really? Not a fan?
I'm a Morphling guy, man. I'm down for more Morphling.
You think...
Shotgun is
hold
the
on,
best.
hold on.
Dude,
You think
Shotgun's so
Luna
legit.
is boring, but you like Morphling?
Yes!
Morphling
Shotgun
is
so
the cheesiest hero.
But he blows shit up. Luna doesn't blow shit up. She like slowly chips shit down. Just
I don't know,
opposite.
man. Like crazy moonbeams blowing everything up. I think that's
It's
explosions.
just random. It's random. Shotgun takes skill. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's so
waveform,
legit.
shotgun, adaptive strike, replicate out, skill.
Yeah. Well, I just think he's an explosive carry. But oops, actually, I just realized I have the overlay up still. Let's get that fixed. Sorry, guys. LG's drunk at the wheel here. But yeah, we have on pause. You didn't miss anything. Thank God. And, well, just some farming here. So we'll see how things develop. But I've lost all handle on this game. Maybe you can bail me out, buddy.
I mean, things are happening. C9 is leading every single lane in terms of CS at the moment. Which, I mean, especially with Bone 7 sitting 8-1 right now in this lane. And that was what I was saying. You can't zone out a puck with a Shadow Fiend Disruptor. You can get some damage going on him, but he's got regen. If he wants to, he can pick up an offlane bottle. He's got the money for it, and seeing as he's not going and picking up boots right now, I'd gamble that's what he's going for.
Radiant's top tower
So
is
he's
under
going to be just
attack.
perfectly stable in this bottom lane, getting CS this whole time. Oh, man. And if Cloud9 come out of all 3 lanes ahead, there's going to be serious problems for Aware, because they really hinge on a mid-game timing to get anything done.
Yeah, and you look at AUI in the jungle, he's just been stacking the woods ferociously this
Radiant's
whole
top
time.
tower is under
And
attack.
he's going to continue to do so, and they're pressuring without him. So, I already see a point in the Vengeance Aura. The Chen will have a very early level 5 from the looks of things. He stacks the Wildkin camp now. I think he can start farming with the Wildkin. Does miss on the double stack, just slightly, but overall things are good. I heard an arrow. Or no arrow, just the Starfall. Yeah, so... It's going to be big, and Aware's going to have their work cut out for them stopping this push. It's a level 2 bat. Like, Bounty's not going to stop the push. I'm worried about their mid game.
Yeah, absolutely. I just think that they'll cement too much of an advantage, and AUI just got his Wild Wing Ripper, so he's able to tornado down these camps now. I'm not sure anybody is more efficient than him with his jungle stacking and his Chen creep clearing. The dude is a master of getting as much gold as is humanly possible out of the jungle.
Bone 7, he actually might go down here. The raise is there. They get the kill. Nicely
I'm
done by
surprised.
Aware.
I'm surprised.
Radiant
I did not
structures
think he
are
would go down
fortified.
there.
Yeah,
Radiant's
it's a
top
level
tower
2
is under
glimpse, I
attack.
guess. He just skilled up the second point Thunder Strike here, but generally when you're up against the Disruptor as like an off-lane puck, you just wait and wait until he glimpses you, you orb, and then as soon as you get pulled back, you just and you can phase shift there and then just port to the orb with the jaunt. But
Radiant's
I
top
guess he didn't
tower
get
is
the
under
jaunt up
attack.
or the orb off in time, and then just might have used it to farm and is waiting for it to cool down. That's the other possibility. But
Ooh, stress
oh
dusted
boy,
in top
Blizzard
lane.
Beam's gonna come in, and the bounty is just total food. Now Shaco, next on the list it looks like. Oh boy. But the feeds commence. 2 heroes die top,
Radiant's top tower
and this will
is
be the
under
tower,
attack.
and they might be able to just go tier 2 off of
Radiant's
this.
top
Oh, Enemy's
tower
gonna
has
hit the last
fallen.
hit though.
Yeah, unfortunately. I'm not quite sure they'll go tier 2 until AUI gets his second creep, but you never know. Oh no, he's just picking up his mana boots. So 4.5 minute mana boots on that Chen thanks to those 2 kills and a free tower. That's some stability in that lane, man.
And he's level 4, and he's got another stack to farm with the Wildkin, so I am very worried. But Saint mid could be potentially in some trouble here. There's no Sunstrike though. They want to wait for that to cool down. And while they're doing that, Cloud9 are smoking mid. They're anticipating the skank, it looks like. Oh well, this ain't gonna work. But, never mind. It's level 3 bat. What's he gonna do? Maybe trying to catch, they're trying to catch the bounty rotating back towards top, but he's
Radiant's
actually
top
taking the
tower
other
is
path.
under attack.
So he'll be fine.
Yeah, they dropped the sentry and everything. Oh man. That's some pretty great game sense. I mean, you have to know that the bounty hunter is probably going to be off ganking because he's not going to get anything done in top. He can't stop the push.
Oh,
the dust
boy.
again.
Oh boy. Are they gonna let him live? Like, the TP gets canceled. They're like, great, now we can go.
Radiant's
What canceled the
top
TP?
tower
He
is
just
under
was in
attack.
base, and now Stress is like, what are you doing, man?
Oh,
Leaving me
man.
on an island. Oh boy.
You know, I mean, it came down to if you go in with that TP, I mean, because Stress can't do anything to help in that engagement, right? He's already dusted. It's not like he has good stuns or anything. So if you carry on with the TP, whoever TP's in dies. And then if you don't carry on with TP, Stress dies. I really think that was a no-win situation for them, to be honest, because Pylai was ready with the stun to hit
But
that
I was
TP.
backing off, though. The Pylai die was running.
they were-
He started running, and then the TP got canceled, and then he went back in.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I think
They probably
I think
still would have gotten the
bursted down.
kill.
I mean, yeah, with the level 3 Lucent Beam, the level 2 Stun, and then the Test of Faith from AUI, I'm pretty sure they could have bursted down anyone who TP'd in right there.
They also had Eclipse, so
Yeah,
if
if they
they
really
really want to
needed
commit
to.
to that, sure there's a creep wave there, but maybe you get the one extra Lucid Beam. And well, this is where you're running Jungle Bat, you're running Awfully Bounty. Who is going to stop the push? Disruptor is not great for stopping the push. Can maybe pull the aggro of the wave off the tower, but he doesn't clear the wave. Yeah, they're just in a tough spot. Tier 1's already down. AUI, level 5 at 6.5 minutes with Arcane Boots, as you mentioned. And as soon as Hand of God comes out, they may just go for the Tier 1 mid. This
Yeah, it wouldn't
Bounty's only
surprise me
level
the
5.
least.
Like, they're just not in position to fight.
Yeah. Sing
Dire's
sitting at
bottom
34
tower
CS
is
at
under
about 7
attack.
minutes, not bad. Envy of 41, jeez. At least the one really redeeming factor here for Ware is that the Shadow Fiend is getting some pretty solid CS. He has the 1 kill that they got on a Bronze 7. So if they get some jungle stacks going for him maybe, and he can just kind of raise them down, get himself a little bit of boost in farm, he can come out with a reasonably quick BKB, which I think is probably what they need to fight this.
Started.
Nicely done. That level 3 glimpse, they get a kill at Envy. It was like the max range of the level 3 glimpse that he used to secure that kill, and that was much needed. Because Envy, well, he's going straight for a Helm of, looks like a Helm of Iron Will next after the Morbid Mask, and that death, it might discourage him from going for an early Dominator. At least slows his farm down.
I don't know, I'm not sure anything in the world can discourage Envy from going for an early Dominator on Luna. He loves that stuff.
I have seen him go Mask of Death and then just back off for like a BKB or even a Manta sometimes.
Oh,
But yeah,
the one with
generally.
Shadow Fiend.
Oh boy, Coil's there. YMH will try to TP out, but Envy joins the party as well. If I'm gonna suffer as a carry, you are too, he says.
Well, just on top of that quick kill. Now you have the Luna Aura, you have the Chen Creep. It's gonna be an easy tier 1 down here.
And what do Aware do against this push? Shadow Fiend
Radiant's
probably their
middle
best hero to
tower
clear
is
the
under
waves.
attack.
It's still level 7 Invoker. He is not. He doesn't even have the 2 Forge Spirits.
Well, he's gotten a little bit of his
Radiant's
XP
bottom
sapped by that
tower is
bounty
under
hunter
attack.
because he's been sitting in mid looking for ganks on Sing. Oh god, he might be in trouble.
Nice static storm here though. He's getting glimpse Pilot Die back in. No mana for it. No stick charges. Oh, it could have been amazing. Sunstrike will come in, but doesn't hit the right hero.
Stress is trying to chase down Sing Sing, but he's just gonna get out with his
If
bottle.
he had
I mean,
glimpse,
he's already.
he would have killed the Venge there if he had glimpse, for sure.
Yeah.
She would have taken the extra static storm damage, and it does more the longer it's there. So I think it would have been enough for the kill. but
Radiant's bottom
It's
not
possible.
tower
I think maybe
is
he
under
didn't want to
attack.
screw up the Sunstrike, but then the Sunstrike didn't get in quick enough anyway.
No, he didn't have mana for glimpse, so I think that was it.
Oh, okay.
Radiant structures are
Well, I
fortified.
mean, maybe he didn't want to screw it up anyway.
Radiant's
but
bottom tower is
That's
under
that's
attack.
not for us to know, I guess. Here comes the push.
Oh, there's the Eclipse.
They sent him. Did they send back a? No, no. Okay, he just walked back. Oh no, he got glimpsed. He got glimpsed.
Yeah, he got glimpsed a few feet. They were trying to get him out of range for the Eclipse, but
Radiant's
really just ended up
bottom
glimpsing him
tower
back
is
to
under
safety.
attack.
For a second, I thought that was a Chen send back into like Suicide Bomber Eclipse. That would have been pretty next level. But no, now the coil comes on YMH. He's in trouble. He gets just completely chain
Radiant's
stunned.
bottom
The
tower
tower falls,
has
and this should be
fallen.
Roche. If not right now, then very soon. As Lolic's about to die mid. The Magic Missile comes in. Sunstrike. Almost enough. Highlight dies so low. He will fall. But still, I think they can go Roche, even with this.
Forge Spirit's pretty OP, but yeah, with the Chen Creeps to tank and the Luna Aura, they'll have no problem whatsoever. They've got the Life Leech on Luna. This will be very, very easy. And Sing can still apply pressure, because I honestly don't think they need him out there.
Dire's
Yeah,
top
this will be an
tower
easy
is
Roche.
under
They've got the
attack.
Chen Creeps here, the Luna Aura as well. And there's just nothing that they can do to stop this. There's no Bat Blink yet. Too hard.
And
What are
without
they- how would they
without the Bat
contest it?
Blink, unless they had a Bat Blink and a Shadow Fiend BKB, there's nothing they can do about that. I think those are the key items we need to be looking for. When the Bat gets a Blink and gets some good initiation, then they can find themselves some
Dire's
pickoffs.
middle
And when the
tower
Shadow Fiend
is
has a
under
BKB,
attack.
maybe they can try to take team fights. But until then, they just have to play very, very safe, very, very kind of farm-oriented and greedy, because they'll just lose every real engagement they get into. Bounty Hunter's going to spot them roaching. Maybe he's going to try and take the Aegis.
Oh, his Windwalk's wearing off soon, though. So this is bad for him. Meanwhile, there's a kill mid, but Stressy actually goes to Viz. Now they've dropped the sentry. They spot him out with the Lucid Beam, and he'll die. No Grand Theft Aegis. He needed to, like, juke up the hill and then come back in, but they may have dropped that sentry anyway at the last moment. So, yeah, while that was happening, the Evoker went down mid again.
Oh, wow. That's so unfortunate. He's only sitting at level 8. You'd want him to be at least like 9 or 10 at this part of the game. He needs those double Forge Spirits so badly for that teamfight DPS.
Uh-oh. Bone 7's lurking here on the sidelines. They're going to swap in YMH, but there's quite a bit of backup coming the way. The Static Storm gets dropped. It's not really very effective here. In fact, it's going to miss almost completely. Bone 7 retreats out. They'll find Pilot on the backside. Sunstrike will hit him. Well done, but meanwhile the push comes mid. 3 heroes grouped up for Cloud9. They've already got 3 points to the Luna Aura. The early dominators there. And Cloud9 are just taking tower after tower. Aware they're not good at counter pushing.
Yeah, I mean, oh god, you'd think that with the Shadow Fiend they could at least get something done with the C-Rays, maybe even the X-Rays, to be honest, but they just are so desperate for counter push. I think you have to take that risk every once in a while.
I know, they could just push top now. Like, wait, let the Venge respawn.
Yeah, what are they gonna do?
Still have Aegis. They don't have to stop.
There's the Blink on Bone 7. 12-minute offlane puck, Blink Dagger, with a wand, a bottle, and phase boots. Look at how farmed he is for an offlane puck.
Out of fly. Oh, it's slightly off the mark, but I don't think they need to go tier 3 yet. Yeah, they're going to back off. Maybe from the enemy ancients, maybe just push top. They've got the early drums, the early mech, the Blink you mentioned. This is where Aware, just basically, they try to split push maybe, but they are not defending towers at this stage. If they go in against this Luna, they're in it's going to be a very hard fight to take. Maybe with some buybacks, but the chances feel remote.
Yeah, the Bat has his Blink, though. That's something.
But when he blinks in, what's going to happen?
He's going to explode, that's why.
Lucid beamed or troll trapped, and then he's just dead. So I don't know what his plan is, but we'll see.
Top
blink
tower
out.
Has fallen.
That's what the blink is going to be used for.
Hey man, whatever works. Oh, and he
keep on
wants to go
pushing
ham.
high ground. Lucid beam's there. He knows he's got this Aegis. The arrow's gonna fly right on the YMH. They get a 2-for-1 special here. Now the Static Storm gets dropped. Is there kinetic field? No points in it yet, and well, that's gonna mean just an easy kill. They even fly back here on the Shadow Fiend. They do glimpse Low Luna back in, but he's still got the Aegis. He'll go down once, but AUI is just cleaning up on the sides while this is happening. Throws in the Test of Faith, another arrow, and this should be another kill. Roger, next on the list. Lucid beam's there, but with the buyback from the Shadow Fiend, I guess this will repel the push for now.
Yeah, you traded Aegis to force a buyback on the Shadow Fiend. Pretty big considering how desperately he needs his farm. So I'd be totally okay with that if I was Cloud9.
Meanwhile, they almost got Bone 7. Now they've got that point in kinetic field. That would have been a really good Static Storm, but he just did not have level 8 yet. No points in kinetic field.
Yeah. I love how in the meantime, Pile Die just split pushing bottom lane on Vengeful Spirit. No big deal. I mean, not like they actually need him in that fight, right?
Yeah. And he's just stunning neutrals here to accelerate his farm a little bit. I wonder what he's gonna go for. Probably something like a Force Staff would be a good choice here, but we'll see, I guess.
You know, you'd think he would have picked something up. I wonder if he just wants to go for a Blink Dagger.
Yeah, Blink's an option. He could go like early Vlads maybe, just to give them more auras, but we'll see.
That's possible. If they were looking for a Vlads though, you'd think maybe AUI would just pick it up because he's got the money to build the entire thing. And he's already got the mechanism.
He could also just go straight Ags here if he wants.
He's so rich. He's 7-0. Wow.
Yeah, he's been making plays, but then you look at the scoreboard, and there's been a lot of Test of Faith kill secures along the way, but his presence has definitely been felt. And that, again, just goes back to the draft. Aware we're just not equipped to stop that kind of push. Blink in, there'll be an arrow, barely missing YMH.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's not even like they got blindsided by a last pick push lineup or something. The Chen was there from second pick. So they really knew that they needed something to deal with this, and they just never picked it up. Maybe they thought that the Shadow Fiend raises would be enough, but it's obviously proving just not to be the case.
I mean, what Shadow Fiend, is he really going to walk up next to the creep wave either? Like, oh, arrow to fly, off the mark, just barely once again. The Eclipse is there, and it's a level 2 Eclipse, cleans up one. The Eclipse keeps on going. It's spread pretty evenly through the rest of these heroes, and they might get Envy. In fact, will they? Oh, one more auto attack, they bring him down, but Sing Sing shows up with the double damage, and Bone 7 drops the coil, and Cloud9 start routing Aware. They bring down 2. Granted, they were more utility/support heroes, so not too shabby so far for Aware, but now another arrow comes. They'll dodge this one, but they've used their big cooldowns here. The Lasso, the Kinetic Field, Static Storm, the main ones, and now Cloud9 say, great, you killed our Luna. We're still going high ground. We don't even need our carry to do it. And they will at least try to bring this tower down here. Raises will come in, but not quite enough just yet. Well, they do kill Envy. That's a pretty important kill. And he did not spend his gold before dying.
And they got the track off on him too. So, you know, they got a little bit more than just the singular kill would be. They got his streak gold that he had going on. Oh no, he didn't actually have any streak gold. I just kind of assumed he would, but no, he's sitting 1, 2, and 9. Assist Luna, he's a monster, obviously.
as we were I was joking about this the other day. I forget who was chat to it, but it's like AUI in some ways is the real carry of this team. You can put him on support, but you can't take the carry out of the AUI.
Oh man, the way they give his Visage farm priority is just beautiful to watch. There's a
Yeah.
reason I picked him up for my fantasy league for Dream, because he's a support and
he's
puts
a
up the
great
points of the
pick.
core.
Yeah, he really is. Oh, well, going on Envy now. He gets tracked, but he's got some backup here. The Flame Break pushes Bone 7 out. Shaco, but they'll lose Envy again.
Ignorance ensured your demise.
Okay,
deaths for Envy.
okay, this is good. I mean, they're getting the track
It's
kills.
it's not a comeback yet. And C9 might keep on getting kills here. They'll at least try to. Shadow Fiend threatens with the Requiem. Oh, they didn't get the glimpse off yet. Yes, they did. They catch Pylite Eye. He goes in with the stun now, and they swap the Shadow Fiend forward when he tries to make the great escape to the south route. But yeah, now Cold Snap. He'll be brought down. Well, 2 kills for nothing, and that one's a track kill. They are down 15k. They have not dented the gold graph yet, but Cloud9 keep it up. This is a bounty hunter game. You do not want to get sloppy against bounty hunter.
Yeah, there's no one who turns around a throw quite as quickly as Bounty Hunter, man. Well, he doesn't have the level 2 track yet, so it's not particularly huge. I mean, the ally gold's still only at 50. But they
it's
can
like an extra
theoretically make it
200
happen.
for the team. But yeah, once he hits level 2 or 3, then it's like every kill is like 700 gold if you get it on everybody, which is quite a lot.
Yeah.
Plus just the regular kill gold is something to factor in as well. So
Well, yeah, and of course we got to remember that trading kills when you're behind is generally good because you'll get so much more out of it with the XP.
even after those feeds, still Cloud9 are 4 of
Yeah.
the 5 highest net worth heroes. And they just need a few core items, I feel like. The BKB is coming out soon for Envy. And sure, he could still get lassoed, sure, there's still track, but it's gonna make it just much harder to burst him down. Aware, their physical damage is decent with Shadow Fiend, but it is not amazing. So, a big item just to break the base coming soon for him. And it's
Mark
also
your
Mass
calendars,
Necro book.
guys.
Necro 1 on Bone 7, Necro 3 coming very soon on Bone, not Bone 7, AUI 2000. So going on Shaco here, he just melts. It is the blink for Pylite Die in the end, and he's been doing work with it.
Yeah, just to say, everyone should mark their calendars for one of the few times Envy will get BKB before a damage item, or even before like 35-40 minutes into the game. He is not a fan of getting a BKB at any reasonable amount of time, and I get his reasoning behind it, like not wanting to burn all the charges and having it be 4 seconds in the end game, but this, you know, there's just some games where you just want to say, please, please Envy, buy a BKB.
Well, maybe he's a changed man here. Sing Sing's gonna scout out a big smoke egg. Do they have any detection? They pop their dust. They track Sing Sing, and they glimpse it back into the static storm. They'll bring down Sing Sing, and he had quite the streak going his way. That's 700 gold, and that's also track gold to 3-4 heroes. So, once again, Aware with the big pickoffs. But still, even with another 4-hero track kill and ending a big streak, the gold graph ain't moving. It's still dead even in favor of Cloud9.
Well, part of it is because they have to commit, you know, 3 or 4 heroes to get 1 pick-off, and Cloud9, they're just farming so greedily all over the map. I mean, you have Pylite Eye farming the mid lane, you have AUI farming the top jungle, you have Envy farming the enemy jungle, and you have Bone 7 farming bottom lane. So, 4 heroes
Dire's
farming,
top
if you have to
tower
commit
is under
1 hero,
attack.
or 4 heroes to get the pick-off
Dire's
on 1,
structures are
Cloud9 is
fortified.
still going to be making a more efficient use of the map than you are, just by spreading out and getting gold, and that's a Necro 3 done on the Chen now.
That's a 19-minute Necro 3 Mech Arcane Boots, level 12 Chen. He is the 2nd highest level here in the game, only behind Bone 7.
He's the highest net worth.
What a player.
AUI.
And they're gonna go Roche soon as well. Roche is coming back up in just about 30 seconds, it looks like. And, well, Aware do have much better... They have a better position to contest it in some senses. Like, they've got their Blink on the bat now, which they didn't for the last fight. Shadow Fiend has his BKB. But it's still risky to take this fight around the Roche pit against all just the crap that Cloud9 can throw your way. But they'll try for it now. The Smoke Gang's here in Shenko. He's going to be in front. He'll start with the Firefly. He pops on the Pylite Die, pulls him right in. Envy's here as well, and they're going to go in with the Requiem. Now the Static Storm gets dropped, but he got off his BKB already, and it's not going to matter anyway. The Coil jumps on 3, and now the Shadow Fiend, the Requiem unloaded, but just not doing much damage. The mech's there. Can they cancel the TP? BKB not worn off just yet. And now it's the Bounty Hunter. He's still in the pit for now. He's in this for quite some time, but the Necro's seeing him. And they'll easily just deal with him. The Necro 3R is still giving them the vision in the pit. Oh, chaotic fight. They also lost the Invoker around here. And yeah, 3 for 1. And the Roach.
Yeah, honestly, as much as that was an awkward engagement and it was kind of questionable, I don't think they had any option but to try and do something aggressive like that. Because if Cloud9 gets their hands on this extra Aegis, what do you do about this high ground push? I mean, you have the Necro 3s finally coming out of Chen, you got the full set of creeps, they're all out farming you pretty crazily, and you don't have really good high ground turtling abilities going on.
Oh boy.
Did you mean to, Elu?
Jesus. Yeah, like, what are they gonna do once the Aegis is up? Now, this time, Envy has BKB, and they've got just more stuff to throw at the towers, so it's gonna be rough, but those anticipation plays from Saint Sane, just seeing the Shadow Fiend on the retreat, he saw him, like, over here, and just perfectly calculates in his head where the Shadow Fiend's gonna... No actual ward there. Still gets the kill, so another nice arrow
Shoot
from
arrow,
Saint
hit
Sane.
arrow.
Shoot arrow, hit arrow, indeed. Yeah, they gave up the Roche. Unfortunately, a few kills go the enemy team's way, and now they gotta try and defend. Gonna be tough. They do have full buyback on the bow. Oh, just the bounty hunter. No buybacks on any of these other heroes.
Radiant's top tower is
I mean,
under
DSF
attack.
will have his ulti a little bit after he gets up, so maybe they can try to make something happen here. And they have the Disruptor ulti. You've got the Meteor ready, so they have most of their big damage
Radiant's
spells here.
top barracks are under
Now they're
attack.
fighting into mass Necros, though. The 2 Necro 3s are out. They haven't dropped them yet, but they're available whenever it's needed, and the Shadow Fiend will just walk right in. Meanwhile, they catch up the Disruptor on the side of the fight. There's a Magic Missile to start this off. The BKB comes out from Envy. Now a Lasso pulling AUI back in, but he gets swapped, and that's going to break the Lasso. Great defensive support play from this bench. Twilight Eye bailing out his team. Now the chase on the YMH. Lucid Beam should be enough to secure the kill. Pops it like a pinata. And next on the list could well be Stress. Sing though, dropping pretty low. But the army of Necros start diving towards the well. 2 Necros into the base. They've already cleared up the racks. And this will be it. The General of the
Radiant's
Heavens,
middle
Uki.
tower is under
Yuki,
attack.
whatever. It's gonna be the winner. And it's GG well played. Aware, just didn't have it in the end.
Yeah, I think it basically went exactly like we thought it was going to, man. I mean, from minute one, we both said that they're going to have a lot of trouble stopping the push, and that just Cloud9 snowballed off towers.
Yeah, they just didn't. They couldn't stop the push. And then they also just took some slightly sloppy engagements. Sing Sing hit some nice arrows in the laning stage, and then especially in the mid game, was just finding pickoffs left, right, and center. And sure, they had track gold, but it's like you said.